Children today face emotional challenges that were once considered adult problems. Anxiety, fear, bullying, sudden behavioral changes, emotional shutdown, or unexplained outbursts are becoming increasingly common. Yet, children are not broken, weak, or defective. Most of the time, they simply lack the tools to process overwhelming emotional experiences. Faster EFT, developed by Robert G. Smith, offers a gentle and effective way to help children regulate their emotional world without forcing them to relive painful memories. When adapted correctly, it becomes a child-friendly approach that supports emotional safety, self-regulation, and inner calm. Children process emotions differently. Unlike adults, children often do not have the language or cognitive framework to explain what they feel. Emotional distress may surface as restlessness, anger, withdrawal, difficulty concentrating, or fear that seems irrational to adults. Traditional approaches sometimes focus on correcting behavior rather than addressing the emotional root. Faster EFT works differently. It respects the child's nervous system and helps the brain release emotional charge without analysis, confrontation, or pressure. Why faster EFT works well for children? Faster EFT is not about talking endlessly about trauma. It is about changing how the brain holds emotional experiences. For children, this is crucial. When used with kids, the method is simplified and often combined with imagination and visualization. The goal is not to fix the child, but to help the child feel safe again. Children respond naturally to imagination. This is why techniques such as creating a stress box or a safe place work so well. The child visualizes placing worries, fears, or uncomfortable feelings into an imaginary container. This gives their nervous system permission to relax. A personal experience. One powerful example comes from working with a young child who suddenly developed intense fear of dying. The fear appeared after a seemingly unrelated event and quickly affected behavior, sleep, and emotional stability. Instead of discussing death or reinforcing fear, a simple, faster EFT-based visualization was introduced. The child imagined placing the fear into a safe box and then shifting attention to calm and pleasant sensations. Within a short time, the fear subsided and normal behavior returned. No trauma was relived. No painful story was repeated. The nervous system simply learned that it no longer needed to stay in survival mode. Bullying, anxiety, and emotional overload. Bullying leaves emotional imprints long after words are forgotten. Children may carry shame, fear, or helplessness silently. Faster EFT helps soften these internal reactions by changing how memories are stored in the brain. Instead of suppressing emotions or acting them out, children learn emotional flexibility. They discover that feelings can change. This alone restores a sense of control and safety. The importance of a child-friendly approach. Children should never be forced to confront painful experiences. Faster EFT is effective precisely because it does not require emotional exposure or detailed storytelling. The process is gentle, playful, and respectful. It meets the child where they are. This makes it suitable not only for parents, but also for teachers, counselors, and professionals working in school environment. Empowering the adults around the child. When adults understand how emotions work in the brain, they stop reacting with fear, frustration, or control. Instead, they become guides. Learning faster EFT principles allows adults to help children calm themselves, build emotional resilience, and regain confidence. Over time, children learn that emotions are not dangerous. They are simply signals that can change. A foundation for emotional health. Faster EFT does not promise perfection or emotional numbness. It offers something far more valuable: emotional safety. When children feel safe inside their own minds, they grow naturally. Confidence returns. Curiosity replaces fear. And the nervous system learns that the world is no longer something to survive, but something to explore. Supporting children emotionally is not about correcting behavior. It is about giving them tools they can use for life.